Hannah Murray on TRE in the afternoon.
With us in the studio now is Esther Adán. She's an adventurer dedicated to helping others. Her goal is to raise awareness of accessibility for deaf people and demonstrate how a single act of generosity can change a life. She has launched a national campaign called Listen to Life, where she's collecting hearing aids for deaf children in Vietnam. Nice to see you, Esther.
Hello, Hannah. My God, I can't believe I'm here.
I know, it's been so long. We were trying to work out how many years since we've known each other a long time.
Long time. I have been doing volunteer work in Ciudad de los Niños in Malaga for 20 years.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
You must have met so many wonderful children in that time.
I have. In fact, I was awarded a pilot award in Torremolinos 3 weeks ago. And they gave me a big surprise. They all came on a coach to see me.
Oh, how wonderful.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. So before we talk about this new project, tell us a little bit about you and your background, because you were just telling me a few things that I didn't realise about you, which is really interesting.
Well, I'm over 50. Not going to say
you wouldn't guess. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you. On my next birthday will be 58.
Wow.
And it comes a point in life when, for personal reasons, your life changes and your kids are big and they leave the home. And then you find yourself all alone, over 50, menopause, and you're thinking, now what next? Now what? For me, it was an epiphany I had that I discovered that I love riding motorbikes. And I'm now riding the world on motorbikes. So I got my license October 2023. It's a year and a week ago. I can't believe it myself. And I've been traveling the world ever since.
And you've been to loads of places in that time.
I have been to a few. 3 weeks after I got my license last year, I flew to Thailand and I rode all the northern mountains of Thailand, which is a beautiful place. And then I did Vietnam, north to south, from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh, Cambodia, Laos, Norway, Spain, and Colombia.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It must be something quite freeing being on a bike and being out there in the open air compared to being in a car.
I mean, to be honest with you, it sounds like a cliche. Because everyone says that, the feel of the wind in your face and la 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 la. Everybody says the same thing.
Yeah.
But you have to experience it to actually realize what it means. It's not just the air. It's a whole different lifestyle. I've learned to travel with very little luggage. So you actually practice the being able to live with less, and material things become
less important.
Yeah. So it's very freeing, and also being able to stop anywhere and take pictures and go on roads that you couldn't get access to with a car.
Yeah. You have to, I guess, be aware of the weather. If it's really hot, if it's really cold, if it's raining, it makes that also makes a difference.
I've ridden through quite, incredible weather differences and altitude as well. Like when I was in Colombia in August, I flew into Bogota, that is nearly 3,000 meters high.
Gosh.
And then within half an hour, you ride down out of Bogota and the weather changes, the altitude changes, and it's a whole different, it's hot. And in Bogota, it's cold. And then you go through the mountains and it's cold again. But then you learn to have to be like an onion. You dress like an onion. You just wear layers.
Layers, yeah.
But yeah, I don't mind. I love it.
Oh, wonderful. And you were just telling me off air there about your own personal journey with regards to being deaf.
Yeah.
And you've only recently started kind of sharing that and telling people your story, which I find amazing. Why is that?
It's crazy. It's possibly my own perception, of course, but I think that wearing glasses is normal. Nobody thinks anything if you see somebody with glasses, no matter how thick they are.
Yeah.
But if you see somebody wearing hearing aids, it's kind of like almost immediately you think, oh, poor person, he or she is deaf. So I've never wanted to be a victim. I've never wanted to let being deaf define me. So I never really said it up front. I just waited till I knew whoever it was a lot longer to say, well, actually, I do wear hearing aids. I have 2 hearing aids. I have 95% lost. And, well, I learned, I'm Spanish, and my first language is Spanish. But I learned English when I was deaf, of course. And this is because you can learn to speak properly with phonetics.
Yeah.
And that's how I learned to speak my own language and English. And this is what I'm doing with the kids in Vietnam that I'm sure you're going to ask me in a minute.
Oh, absolutely. But I also, you said that you didn't really know or get the diagnosis that you were deaf till you were 18.
That's right. Again, personal tragedy. My mom passed away when I was 9. Oh. And before that, I had a tonsil operation when they take them out. In those days in Spain, everyone had their tonsils out.
Yeah.
So I started getting ear infections quite regularly, and they were treated with strong antibiotics. And I think, obviously, that didn't help. And that made my deafness, if there was any before, a lot worse. And yes, literally I spent my teenage years punished for being a rebel. The fact was that I was deaf. I didn't hear people telling me things.
Gosh, so people just treated you like you weren't listening and you were being naughty.
Absolutely, yes. When my mom passed away, I literally ended up in a care home. And so the people in the care home didn't realize that I was deaf. They just thought I was actually being a rebel.
Yeah.
So it was only when I went to the UK when I was 18, and I went to study there, not knowing a word of English, that a friend realized that my problem was that I was actually deaf. And I went to the doctors there in the UK, and they said, yes, you are. And I had hearing aids fitted, and so I'm always grateful to the UK for that. Always and forever.
Yeah, lovely.
I'm just really sorry that you guys left the European Union.
Oh, tell me about it.
If I may say that.
Oh, absolutely. Don't worry. Most people will agree with you.
I know.
So let's talk about this new campaign. So tell us about your experience in Vietnam and meeting these children and why you decided they need help.
Well, this year, not even last year, this year in January, I started my journey from Hanoi to Saigon, Ho Chi Minh. And when I was halfway through in Hoi An, which is about literally halfway through between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh, my motorbike needed some TLC. So I thought, okay, I stopped in Hoi An for like a couple of days. And I was relaxing, and I met by chance a producer, a North American producer, that was actually filming a documentary in a school for deaf children.
Okay.
I was like, what? I want to see this school. I want to meet these kids. This is how I met them.
Yeah.
So, I met them. I fell in love with them. And then I realized that the problem they have is that they don't speak because they don't have hearing aids. So I started, I spent a whole month there doing volunteer work, training one of their teachers to teach the children to speak with phonetics. And I actually made a collection with my friends, literally begging them to send money so that we could buy hearing aids for kids there. And we bought 8. My daughter Nadia joined me there, and we were working together in the campaign.
Oh, lovely.
And those 8 children, in a space of 2 months, from not having spoken before, were literally saying whole sentences. And it was so emotional. I mean, I can show you the videos. I have them here on my phone. And it was so emotional that I decided, I can't do this. I've got to get them all hearing aids.
Yeah.
But they are expensive. They're expensive little machines. And this is why I have teamed up with 3 audiology centers that will take the used hearing aids and recondition them, reprogram them for each kid. They can do that.
Okay, that's clever.
With the audiometry, it's called the audio test, hearing test. So they can reprogram the aids. And I'm going at the end of the month to Vietnam again to take as many as I can. The campaign runs until the 31st of December.
Okay.
So I'm going in November, and I'm taking with me however many we have collected. In fact, I'm leaving from Madrid tomorrow because I'm on the hot trail collecting hearing aids everywhere on my bike. And but if there are any more that I need, then there is a friend that is coming over in January with the rest of the hearing aids.
Okay.
So it will be fantastic.
So why, just explain to me, why would someone not need a hearing aid anymore? So you're looking for used hearing aids.
I would say it would be mainly from old people when they pass to better life.
Okay.
And they literally leave hearing aids that are new, practically new, and their families don't know what to do them.
Right, okay.
Or it could also be somebody that updates their own hearing aids for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
If maybe they buy a smaller one, a smaller version, and they have the older ones that are still usable.
Yeah.
And they leave them in a drawer, literally, and never get used again. So those are the ones that I'm happy to take.
Perfect. So if there are people listening who think, yes, I've got one somewhere, I need to find it. How do they get in touch with you? What's the best way?
Okay, the best way, I have a whole in social media. I have a page on Facebook, and I also have my Instagram account, and both are at Where is Esther?
Where is Esther?
Yeah, well,
Perfect.
My daughter made up that name. Like, where are you, Mum? So,
I like
where
it.
is Esther? Yeah,
Where is Esther? Brilliant. And that's Esther.
Esther. Where is Esther?
Brilliant. So people can contact. That's the best way.
They can send me a DM. They can see the videos actually of Vietnam in there with the children, and they can ask me anything they need to know.
Yeah, fantastic. So you're going how soon to Vietnam?
I'm going at the end of the month. Okay. I haven't bought my ticket yet, but I am going at the end of the month. I can't wait.
It must be amazing to see their faces.
Oh my God, it's
transform.
More than amazing. For me, it was life-changing.
Yeah.
It was actually seeing them that made me realize that maybe if I really wanted to help them, I had to come out, as it were, and tell the world that it's okay to be deaf. You know, we just need help.
Yeah.
And we are so lucky to live in developed countries where we have all this kind of help. These kids, if they don't hear, nobody speaks to them, so they don't speak, and invariably they lead a life of isolation, social isolation, and also imagine they end up, teaching closed in some kind of sweatshop. Because nobody will speak to them, so they can't access other jobs. It's awful. When it's something so small.
Yeah.
Something that you have in a drawer somewhere, kept away, that is doing nothing for you, can change somebody's life.
Absolutely. And if people don't have a used hearing aid, but they want to help, they want to get involved, can money help? You know, can you use money to buy new hearing aids?
I personally do not collect money.
Okay.
No, but the school is a registered charity in Vietnam and in Australia.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to make a donation, we'll put them in touch with the school and they can do the donation directly for buying the batteries that the hearing aids needs, or the molds, because the molds are individually made to each ear. So they can do that.
And how do you feel now that you're out, as it were, that you're proudly telling people that you're deaf and that it's okay? And how do you feel? It's a lot
easier now than when, I was umming and ahhing for a long time. It was like, no way, I don't want to do this. Because then people will say, oh yeah, the deaf biker, and I don't want to be known.
Oh, no.
You know, I don't want to be known for something that really has very little impact in my life.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, I'm bilingual. I travel the world on my own. I'm perfectly capable.
Yeah.
So
it's not holding you back in any way.
It's not holding me back at all.
No.
I can tell you, I don't know what I will do if I wasn't even deaf. Probably I would be in the moon now. But no, it's not holding me back. But I don't. Sometimes I do meet people that when they know I'm deaf, they kind of speak to me differently, gesticulating. Oh, hello, how are you?
Right.
And I find it now. I've learned to. I used to find it very annoying. Now I kind of think, okay, they're trying their best. They don't know, so they're trying their best, and all I do is I say, just speak to me normal now, because I can hear you, okay? And then they go back to normal.
Yeah, good.
So.
Yeah, I suppose if someone hasn't met a deaf person and hasn't communicated with the deaf person,
they don't know.
Maybe they don't know, and they're thinking, oh, maybe I need to enunciate clearly and speak slower. So it's good that you can educate them and say, no, speak normally.
Normally.
It's all fine.
Normally, please. Otherwise, I don't understand you.
Yes, exactly.
Because I do lip read.
Yeah.
Which is why I've asked you to let me see your face.
Sit a certain way so you can read my lips. Yes. It's so lovely to see you again,
Thank you.
Esther. Thank you
for
so
having
much
me
for
again. I don't know how many times I've been talking to you over the years, but quite a few.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you, and you're doing amazing things. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Ooh, I'm proud of myself.
Oh, good for you. Well, if people want to follow you on social media at Where Is Esther, and they can get in touch with you if they have a used hearing aid, or if they have some money they want to donate to the charity.
Or if they want to share the campaign, because sometimes even if somebody doesn't have it, they can share the campaign to other people.
Definitely.
So if they go on social media, they see it, they can follow me, they can then share to whoever they think may have it, or share it on their own social media. And maybe, what they say about the connections between people.
6 degrees of separation.
Well, there is sometimes even less than 6 degrees. Sometimes it's amazing.
Yes.
But thank you, everyone.
Pleasure. Thank you, Esther. Take care and enjoy your next trip.
Thank you.